ain't coming, I ain't vision past, but then jumping to the bag. They ain't coming, they ain't. I saw the whole thing coming, I ain't vision past, but then jumping to the bag, to the bag, to the bag. I saw the whole thing coming.
We are something else.
All right. Better late than never. Welcome to We Are Something Else, episode 259. My God, the big bad wolf and Jesus Christ is just me. I guess I am the big bad wolf tonight. Nah, there he is right there. There's my bro, E-Rich. We are awaiting Gentry's return. She was here, but she went to handle some admin business with the background. But it is a Culture Thursday, and we'll make that more official when she gets here. Oh my God, it's good to see everybody. Better late than never, man. This is, bro. You know I hate cutting it close, and I was determined we were going to do a show tonight because after the week, the day that has presented itself, we needed a show tonight. There she is. Culture Thursday, it's official now. There's GenGlenn. Welcome in. Oh, it's going to be a fun, informative show. How are you, Jen?
I'm good. I've had family come for the week, and it's been great. You know, they want to, everybody thinks they have a better car than I do, because they do. Because they do, but I don't appreciate it, them showing off.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with it. How long are they in town for?
They'll leave Sunday morning.
Why you sound like you ready for them to leave now?
No, honestly, I'm having a great time with them. But you know how it is when people have better stuff and their kids are looking like, ooh, that's nice.
We didn't tell everybody no CB tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll live. We'll live. We'll live. Go ahead, E. What would you say, bro?
Nah, I think, first of all, we definitely have to dedicate a show to, like, keeping it real, how, like, people really don't be rocking with their family like they do. You know what I mean? Like, they blood family, but you still feel like a certain way about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody either got that one cousin, that one auntie, and that one uncle that you can be like, hey, yo, if we were able to trade you to another family, like, we would. You know what I'm saying?
You know, that is so true. But I'm Southern, right? So it was just like, if my cousin in a fight, I'm in a fight. It doesn't matter how I feel about them personally. But I love my family, though.
No, 100%. Like, yeah, they still family at the end of the day, but I'm just saying they keep acting the way they've been acting. I'm for sure you could be.
It's okay to take a break away from family sometimes and just do a social distance kind of reset. It's okay, we all go through it. Real quick, let's welcome in the Kendall B Show, Jen B, Dave J on the mic. Excellent job on that. I hate to hear. Erica, Marissa, Dave J.
Great show, guys.
We see. We got James and Pedro. Good to see you. Snarky Mac. I love R&B. Rachel, good to see you. I hate to hear it. There they are. Right. Great show. We got Uncle Dandy. We got Michelle Isham Cream. We got Atusa. Art was good. And Dimitri, let's say Poppy. And a couple of people just hiding in the background. Like I said, no CB. It is a Culture Thursday. Bro,
I went to Popeyes.
Look, you could have. We had to delay a little bit, a little technical difficulties.
I wanted my background to look just like everybody else's, so that was the delay.
Right, because you would have been the one this week. Last week, but we got to eat together this week. What's good with you, bro? How's the week going?
I'm glad that tomorrow is a federal holiday. Not that I'm in the federal government, but it's a well needed change and stop from work because work has been working. But other than that, man, hey, listen, I love the fact that we still do this on Thursdays, bro. Because I feel like sometimes
You got to get on Thursday. Yeah.
it's lost. It gets lost in translation of how your week can go, and then you get here and you realize just a little bit of laughter and the foolishness and the shenanigans that we kind of have here helps people get through their week. But not only that, but helps you. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't even realize sometimes that we need it ourselves.
Oh, for sure. How does CB get Juneteenth off?
I think his melanin got like we were able to detect that he had enough melanin to be able to celebrate. Juneteenth.
Okay. I'm not mad at it. He's off. He said he was gonna be traveling. I don't even know if he's watching. He might be watching. Maybe one of the folks hiding in the weeds. But yeah, shout out to CB. All right. So look, the way like you said, there was no way I was going to cancel the show just because we missed the CB, and or just look, work has been working. You know how it is. We've had these side conversations about everything. So a little creative outlet for however long we're going to be here is very much necessary. So let's see. I got some. So let's do this. Let's start off with this scenario before we even get to the Let's Rap. So our boy, John, John, right? Quatapo. It's me. And it's a very random question that he asked me. He was like, look, hey, I got a question for you. Before I even could get into and say hello, he said, I just got a question. I'm going to put you on speaker. So when somebody tells you to put you on speaker, that means obviously you don't know who's listening and what they're about to ask you. But they're about to ask you something to verify most likely a point or put you on the spot about something. I was like, oh boy, here we go. So he asked me, here's the question. I want both of y'all to answer it. And people in the chat can answer it too.
I'm nervous because you said that's our boy. At this point, it used to be your boy. But
it is our boy. I mean, you know, I've spent time together. So anyways, he said, say you have a friend that comes over to visit. I was like, okay. He's like, it's a female friend. Like, okay. He's like, and he just put it like so. He's like, so let me give you a better example. It's like me and Elena are right here. That's his wife. Me and Elena are right here. We have a friend over. I was like, okay. It's a lady. Okay. And she's going to stay over. Okay. He's like, do you offer her pajamas because she's staying the night over? I was like, well, was it a planned stay over? Because most likely when people plan to stay over, they bring it back. So no, it's very impromptu. She's staying over. Do you offer her pajamas? Like, well, I wouldn't offer her pajamas, but Elena, I'm assuming, would offer her something, right? So Jen, if you had family over now, but say you had somebody impromptu staying over, a female, would you offer them pajamas? And if so, what would you offer them?
Okay, so if I had a female friend staying over, I would offer her pajamas and a head wrap.
Andy's starting already, bro.
I saw that.
How she built. Yeah, pajamas and a head wrap.
Okay, and I answered. I was like, I'm assuming Lane would just offer a T-shirt or some kind of pajama, right? Mm-hmm. That's most likely what it is, right? So then he goes, all right, now here's my point. He's like, now say you have your boy is there, and he's impromptu staying over because he's too drunk to drive or whatever. He just can't make it home. He's staying over. He was like, are you offering your boy pajamas to stay? I was like,
no, absolutely
no, I'm not offering him pajamas to stay. He's like, so what is he sleeping? I was like, well, whatever the fuck he wore from my house. He's like, exactly.
The clothes that he got on.
Okay, yes. Exactly. Same. So, but I'm assuming I proved this point because after I said that, he hung up the phone and said, thank you, and hung up the phone. But those conversations are very random when he calls me. You just never know how it's going to be.
That's very true.
Sleep in your clothes. God, we don't know. If you're staying over, you in your jeans and your T-shirt, whatever you happen to come over in.
And if you're drunk, don't sleep on my couch. Sleep on the floor.
Damn. You put them on a...
No, for the men. For the men.
Oh, I mean, offers.
Gotta sleep on the floor.
Because sometimes I have seen people so drunk, like then they end up peeing on themselves. Sleep on the floor.
Wait, but you're saying some people, so you're saying like all dudes are the pissy drunk, like females don't get pissy drunk?
I don't know. I feel like that's only happened to me with dudes. Like they'll get so drunk that they will pee on themselves. Females generally, they peeing outside, like on the sidewalk before they even get to the house.
That's crazy word, Jen. You gotta.
You never wait. You've had that experience?
No, I've never pissed on myself from being drunk. That's what I'm saying. Like, what is that about?
That would change our friendship, though. I'm just saying, if anybody stayed on my house and pissed on my couch because they were that drunk.
Yeah, we're not friends no more.
I have had that happen. So that's why I'm saying sleep on the floor.
Nah. I'm saying, but if
I give you some cover. But only thing is, like with females too, people are asked for a t-shirt and you never see that t-shirt again. So yeah, you going in that Goodwill bin to get some pajamas.
Okay. Nah, see, we won't go there because clearly this can go even more though, right? Because it's like not to Dandy's point, because I know where Dandy's going at with that, but but Jen, as a female, right? Let's say that is your homegirl, right? Or like a friend of yours. And in this scenario, clearly there's let's just say you are involved. There's a male there, right?
Yeah.
Do you give her something that's appropriate for her to wear? Because sometimes a t-shirt,
all day.
Because sometimes a t-shirt ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? So
she getting a muumuu. She getting one of those African house dresses. Nah, I'm talking about from the neck to the feet.
Neck to the feet is crazy. So she walking around here straight.
It's 9 degrees. It's hot in Houston, and she wearing.
That's okay. I'll get her a fan for her room.
Jen done offer her a full sweatsuit, a full velour sweatsuit to sleep in.
Shit,
oh, okay.
I'm just look. It's funny that guys have the universal thing. Like, nah, I have nothing to offer you to stay in. Like, if you stay in, that's on you. And like I mean, I don't know. If there's a blanket down there or something, you can use that. But I'm not.
Wait, but y'all wouldn't make sure he had a blanket? Y'all would make sure he had a blanket.
Nah, because most of the time, dudes just be like, I just need a pillow to lay my head down. You know what I mean? Like, that's.
I'm gonna rest my head real quick.
Just lay the head. Because 9 times out of 10, they gonna wake up randomly, probably early, or they just gonna be, and then just shake it off, and then be like, all right, I headed home. I didn't want to disturb you and everybody else in the house, so I left when I woke up. You know what I mean? Now they will put the pillow on the couch. They won't just leave it on the floor if that's where they were sleeping. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now that's on you to find whatever you can. If it gets cold wherever you lay it, that's on. I mean,
Nah, because you're gonna make sure your girlfriend got a pillow, a blanket, some pajamas, a headscarf. Women do that for each other.
Oh yeah, they do that more, providing. Men, nah, like I don't, and I wouldn't ask for it. I'm like, oh, you got like a blanket? I wouldn't even. I'm like, if I'm staying there, most likely, if I'm staying is by accident because I fell asleep during whatever event was happening.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna just ask because most guys always be like, I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna make this trek. You're like, nah, you could barely tie your shoes. I'm gonna go ahead and make this trek. I'm good,
bro. Just be on 301 forever. It might take me about 3 hours to get home, but I'm
that trip from hanging out in DC, McLean, Maryland, Southern Maryland. That was the longest stretch of road. That was the longest stretch of road, period. And there's nothing like plenty of nights. I'm like, I had to pull over at the hospital and just sleep in the parking lot of the hospital. Like if something happened, like I'm in the right spot. Just wondering. Okay, another one. Okay, so I got, since I've been working these days, I got 2 scenarios for you. Well, actually, we'll just do one to begin to list, right? So I'm driving the truck. I'm in the truck, right? And I got, the passenger with me, the lugger, right? So he's a lugger, right? He ain't driving. I'm the driver. So
I didn't know they had names.
That's what he is. Not driver, he's just a lugger, right? He's playing. He's got Biggie playing, right? That's what it was. He was playing Biggie. It was actually three of us in the truck, so he's got Biggie playing, and we just we're getting ready to. I think the day was over, but we're chilling, and somebody pulls up on his side of the truck, right at the window at a light, and he says something to him. I didn't know what he was saying because the music was loud. I thought was just like bobbing his head because we were playing something Machine Gun Funk or whatever off the first Biggie joint, right? So we pull off, and somehow the radio turns down, and he says, "Yo, homeboy just pulled up next to me and just asked me for some candy." It's like, what? I was like, he didn't actually talk to you about the music. He's like, nah, he pulled up next to me and asked me could he have some of my candy.
Was he eating candy that dude could see?
So he had like Jolly Ranchers or whatever he had in his hand, but
was bro diabetic or something and needed a quick little insulin hit or what?
Because I didn't know if that was code for something else.
I thought it was code for something else because it doesn't matter. Like how
you just randomly just pulling up to people asking for
for candy. That's the weirdest shit ever. I was like, you didn't get mad? I would have got mad, like whatever. So
hell no. I'm sorry, the comments is on fire already, bro.
Exactly. I thought it was a little.
Wait, so y'all wouldn't give him the candy?
Hell no. First of all, why you in the damn truck like that? Like literally, the guy was looking over into the window of where the guy was at, and he was talking to him. But the fact that you could see it was
I'm about some foolishness like that. I would have given him some candy. I would have threw it through the window.
Absolutely not.
See, women might do that, but just like guys want to offer their boys pajamas, I'm not. If you pull up next to me at the window for some candy, like it's worse.
Men aren't into amenities. I see that now. Okay.
That's
Jen, come on now.
That is the most
ass shit. Come on now.
That's what I'm learning, E.
Nah, come on now. Jen. That you can't come on now. Like, yo, I know you really be on it, but like that one right there, like you can't sit there and just be like randomly, like if the three of us are in a car together,
what's up?
And somebody asks Cleo for a piece of candy out the window, you just not gonna be like, yeah, you should give him that candy that you got in your head. Come on, Jen. Come on.
E, I don't know. I think I would have said, just throw that man a piece of candy. But I also give money to homeless people if they're dancing. So I'm different. But listen, not just any homeless person if they're standing up there, but if they got a little dance, oh yeah, you getting some money.
Is that you asking? Like they ask you for $1, you be like, you better do something for this $1, and they hit you with the Dave Chappelle.
Kaleo, if they just standing up there with the sign wanting $1, I just drive right on by. I do that thing where you just ignore them. But if they doing a little jig, they got a little dance going. Oh yeah.
What did Michelle say? I would have given them candy. I have a bumper sticker that says "Hunk if you're." I mean,
if you're not going to eat your pickle and I can have it. I love it. I love that extreme queen.
But we're also, first of all, in Baltimore. So
y'all different up there. Y'all different. Y'all not as nice.
We're not doing that. No.
Yeah, y'all not doing that.
First day I see Kaleo Haynes Point wearing a white lip. All right. All that. Let's let me find these.
Thank you, Anissa.
Because we do have things to talk about. All right. So let's wrap. Where's the right there? Better. Okay. Let's start with this one because this is interesting. So internet is on fire right now. Coming after Jay-Z. 2 weeks after his we could say legendary or return to the stage at the Roots picnic, Hove announced, because the Reasonable Doubt 30th anniversary is happening in a couple weeks, or maybe not, I think it's next week, the 30th anniversary of Reasonable Doubt. Hove this week announced that he is partnering with Target for a limited edition vinyl release. Now, obviously, he comes under fire because people say Hove always shows up when there is a protest or boycott. right now Target is being boycotted or protested by a few folks because of their DEI policy, their rollback of the DEI policy. So, I mean, we're not supposed to be shopping at Target. It's been a thing for a while. But just like when we were boycotting the NFL, Hove showed up and took over the halftime performances and kind of made you not forget about Colin Kaepernick, but he just diverted the attention, right? So I don't know. Some people call him tone deaf, which I don't think Jay-Z is tone deaf at all. I think he just, and it's probably one of those things, he just doesn't care. Right. And he has a right to not care. I mean, he's looking out for his pockets himself. He needs a big rollout for this Reasonable Doubt 30th anniversary. And he needs a partner, as I was reading. Well, he doesn't need a partner, but it's wise of him to partner up with a big corporation in lieu of also wanting to release maybe an album later on this year. Because if numbers are a thing to Hove, and he made those comments about Drake. I think he needs to somehow, make sure that there's numbers. His numbers are going to run up with the album. But anyways, let's talk about Target. Let's talk about Hove. Thoughts on this?
I mean, Jay is a businessman and he's taking advantage of an opportunity. But also, what is he going to stand for? Because it was already like Target had their whole DEI initiative. And because I have company here, y'all, I ended up going to Target because they really wanted to go. So I hadn't been in Target in a long time. And I walked in there and, I talk about this all the time. I'm from Houston and I live in a majority minority city. So I loved going into Target back in the day before this all started. And I would see things for the LGBT community. I would see things from the Hispanic community. I would see things for the Black community. And all that is gone now. So Target is saying that they don't have that same DEI initiative, but they have other things, diversity initiatives going on. But I'm like, but I don't see it in the stores. Like if I want the Black Santa Claus and the whole little Black family, like it's not going to be as easy to find as it was before. So y'all, I don't know. It's like we live. I don't know what to say about Jay-Z. I know, Kaleo, what you sent us earlier, they were talking about, Beyonce just standing behind him and he's just doing whatever. I don't know. Jay-Z has always been a profiteur. Right. If you go back into his history.
I think there are two different type of business moguls, right? And that video I sent you, the guy did say, like, she just stands there and, just doesn't stand up for anything, she's right along with him. But I think even though they're under one household or one business entity, I think they have two different mindsets of how they attack things. And they come from two different places of hustling, right? She came from, a family where things were handed down to her or whatever for the most part. She had to work for it, but he's from the streets, right?
Right.
Everything that he knows how to do, he went from, hustling on the streets and now the guy's worth billions. So I think it's always about money with Hove. Like I don't think he's ever took a stance against anything that I can remember. And I mean, I guess you can't fault him for that. I mean, he's in a different bracket. Like he doesn't have the same issues we have. So
and it's funny. I think we can fault him for that, but I don't think he cares.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I don't think he cares.
Yeah, billionaire and millionaire problems are different than
exactly
regular problems. My bad. Go ahead, E.
Nah, so I think the first initial thing that you have to remember is that we have to educate ourselves on what exactly goes into that, right? And the reason why I say that is so the lady Tabitha, right? She had her line in Target, as well as other, like Jen said, other LGBTQ or that community. I don't want to miss a letter. And then Hispanics, just everybody, right? I think Tracy Ellis Ross stuff was in there, the whole nine, right? The problem that everybody didn't talk about other than the economics of it, was that as soon as that we boycotted that, that also hurt the bottom line
Yeah,
of
it did.
those minority owners that had contracts with Target for the products that they had in their stores that we were buying.
Yeah.
So the difference is we're displaying it by saying it should have been a conversation, which again, it comes with education to what we're doing, right? We can boycott Target, but still buy the black and minority products that are in there because they still service the community that are in there for us, that ran the course of trying to get that contract that was probably, already watered down compared to all the other products that are in there, the whole nine. Who's to say that and we weren't at the meeting, right? Because we can talk about this. If Walmart, if let's say if Walmart decided to pick up the We Are Something Else podcast, and their splits were so out of pocket, but Target was like, we'll give you this. Now, we're only targeting our community. We know Chad and the rest of them ain't going there to buy our shit. If they do, that's on them. But regardless of what what your bottom line is, doesn't change the fact that the money that's filtered has always been, it's about our products that we own. So we only hurt ourselves, and nobody listened to Tabitha and the rest of the community that was like, yo, we had products in there that we could have just said, let's buy us out first so that our contract then is fulfilled, and we don't have to go back there, and we can do what we need to do and go somewhere else, right? That's like that. And the only reason why people say Target, Walmart, and this goes back into it, and y'all know what the bottom of my name says on the display, even though Cleo got it covered right now, it's Black Wall Street. It goes back to the mom and pop stores that we used to buy, that people can go and buy the shit from that local spots that were in our neighborhoods. So this goes deeper than why are we upset with Jay-Z for going to Target. If his dollar goes back to the black community and it stays there, how mad are you going to be because he's at a Target that they just decide that that's not their policy and what they do? When everything else that we still contribute to are people who didn't either say it or never even went past it, that says either we still contribute to DEI or whatever the case may be. All you did was took their word for it. None of y'all went and saw their mission statement. None of y'all know what their percentages of what they got at the workforce. You're taking everybody's word for it. Why be in somebody else's pockets? Hopefully he just made the deal that's either gonna provide for his family and or the community based upon they're only giving us, it's for us. It ain't for nobody else.
But don't you think that when black people were doing that, trying to boycott Target and like other stores, it was basically a boycott against this administration, telling them not to have the DEI programs.
Yeah, but give me the reason why Target was the main culprit out of all the rest of the companies that got rid of it.
I was telling my cousin that when she wanted to go to Target, because I was like, I think we were supposed to boycott Amazon. But if I boycotted everywhere we were supposed to boycott, I wouldn't be able to buy anything.
Right.
Like I'm gonna have to buy everything from CVS. And you know how expensive they are and how long
But
those
it's
receipts can get.
and that's what I said. The information and the education behind it is you
Yeah.
buy from the black owners that are under under these larger corporations that have the deal with them. That's
Yeah.
why, because then it keeps the money within us, even though they're the distributor, they're the warehouse, until we can get our own, which we not about to get me on, because again, you have to cut me off. That we still have to buy in ourselves.
Yeah. I get
Because
it. So you're saying find out the businesses that were actually in Target and then start going on their websites and supporting
Yes,
them.
yeah.
1000%.
Right. And then, but with those, when you see those businesses in the stores, most likely Target is paying them to have a presence within on their shelves,
Mhm.
because no one's gonna go and buy what's Target's brand, Essentials, whatever they're no one's gonna shop a store full of just Equate or Essentials or whatever their brand is at the time. Like, so that's why they pay these people to have a presence within their store, so they can bring, like The Rock. You think Rock is paying Target to put his facial products in the store? No, they're paying The Rock because it's just what happens. He's hot at the time, right? He's got a lot going, and they're riding the wave of whatever The Rock has, putting him in the store. So yeah, I mean, boycott for sure, but also know that when you purchase from there, sometimes the money doesn't. Target is not profiting off of sales from The Rock's facial products. They may get a small cut, but the brand itself is, trust me, the brand. The money always goes back to the brand. So, and I don't know how album sales are going to work. So, I mean, Jay-Z has been selling. He's got the website. So if you want the Reasonable Doubt vinyl, and you don't want to buy it from Target, you have that right. Go to rocknation.com and just buy it straight from there. Like, you have options. Target isn't the only store that has the vinyl. Now, they use the word limited or special edition to sucker you in. And really what it is it may not be it may be one bonus track, or it could be just the color of the vinyl these days. Target has a red or whatever the color was J. Cole put into Target stores for the fall off is just a different color. I mean, if you're chasing vinyl because of the color, I mean, but yeah, no, there's other options getting it. But I do think he may be a tad tone, maybe not even tone deaf. I think he's very aware of what it is. He just doesn't care.
Yeah,
it's not his problem. He's in a different tax bracket. It's not hurting his pockets.
Exactly.
All right, good conversation. Let's see. Okay, so we got to celebrate our anniversary because I want to know where each and every one of you were at on June 17th, which was yesterday, 1994. I remember exactly where I was at when they broke on the radio that O.J. Simpson was leading the cops on the chase in California in a white Bronco. Now, this was on the radio, so I thought this was fake. And then when I got home, every news outlet had the damn white Bronco flying. Well, they weren't even driving that fast, but they was on his ass. And the white Bronco sales definitely shot up after that. The iconic 2-hour spectacle, 2 hours, unfolded after Simpson failed to turn himself in for the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. 95 million viewers worldwide of The Chase. Now, again, 94, I was about 10 years old. But you talk about moments in history that will live on forever. When people ask you, where were you when this happened? So it's 2 dates, right? When it comes to OJ, when they ask you, where were you? The first one is, where were you when the chase happened? And 2, where were you when the verdict came through? Well, I remember I was both of them. The verdict came through. I was home sick. And it broke midday, right? I think they had the word that got out is getting ready to happen. And I'll never forget my grandmother. Like, I heard her scream out 2 times like that. It was OJ and when Barack got elected. So it's crazy. But anyways, where were you at? RP said he was in boot camp. Jen, where were you at for the famous chase?
It's funny because I remember where I was. I was at home and this Jehovah's Witness was knocking on our door, doing their Jehovah's Witness thing. And she said, and isn't it sad in the world right now with OJ? And I was like, what happened with OJ Simpson? And she's like, yeah, he's in a Bronco, like running from the police. So basically, oh, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, I have my own guy. And closed the door and went and looked at the television. And sure enough, I finished watching that chase. But, the thing that I'm left with is how we were all rallying behind OJ.
I mean, I think OJ was just a figure of the times, right? And we're still in that moment right now too. The times that we're in, there's plenty of figures, but OJ was just a figure of just times that we're kind of still living in as far as Black people.
Yeah, I was thinking that we were rallying behind OJ, not knowing that OJ wasn't rallying behind us during that time. But it was like, oh, if all of these rich people can get off committing all of these crimes, and they can get off because they are rich. And it was like the idea of seeing one of our own do that same thing, I think was fueling us thinking that OJ was innocent. And then you look back on it, you be like, what were we thinking?
But so that's the thing, like the way the world was set up back then, I don't even again, it's like Jay-Z and Target. I don't think we cared about the actual. Let me bring you in. I don't think we actually cared about the moment of whether he was guilty or not. I think it was just, it was like groundbreaking TV. Yeah, never have we ever seen a celebrity running from the cop like in a white blanket. like that had never seen that. And then, like to go through the trial and go through the verdict and all that. It was just a way of like, wow, this man beat the system.
Yes.
He had a black attorney, well, a team of attorneys, but mainly the black that got him, got the whole idea, put the reasonable doubt in their mind to get the not guilty verdict.
And I think it was sad for us because we're thinking, oh, like that was a win for us, but you don't realize that was really just a win for rich people. Because once you get to a certain economic level, color, not that it becomes irrelevant, but you're just not living the same day to day as the people watching you in this chase.
Yeah, his ass was in church with kufis on for at least 2 weeks after that.
Exactly.
My bad, E. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, so just to like kind of put the press on what it was out here, right? So to like Jen's point, right? It was or to what we were saying, like we just needed a win, right? Yeah. And just for memory's sake, right? You got to understand at that point, Cali was really on the verge of the what happened not too long.
That was after Rodney King, yeah. That was after Rodney King,
right? But you have to remember what we just got off. What just happened prior to that was the whole Korean lady shooting little Natasha.
Yeah.
So we hadn't even been a full year removed from that, and still dealing with that trial. And then that happened, and then it was just a whole nother thing, right? I remember I was at my uncle's house because I used to steal the Snapple and blame it on my cousin. But we was just sitting there chilling. It's the summertime, right? So school is out. Everybody was just kind of doing whatever. TV was on. And I also changed the whole like line of how TV was viewed, right? Because then it was like all about action, drama, things that were like kind of real like reality in that moment. But yeah, if you man, when I talk about like the press out here, and again, I know Kendall's probably made a joke about it, but as as Kendall, like from his side of it, you know what I mean? As a kid though, it was already like summers out here were already pressure, right? It was it wasn't too much in that same sense that, like I said, we were just off of that. So it felt like, if you will, Black people had just been fighting every summer. Like it just felt like we had something that was going on, right?
Yeah.
And then this happened. And if you remember looking at it though, right? Because you know how they show like the news clippings, or they show like they'll do the flashback. If you look at the side of the freeway, right? It was Mexicans, it was Blacks. It was a unity that we hadn't seen in a very long time. Yeah. And it was strictly off of, we just needed a win because everything was going up against us at the time. Yeah, it was crazy.
And then the funny thing is, it did, like you said, it didn't. I don't even think the win. It didn't matter. It was just the win, right? We took the win. Remember the whole big thing was once the trial, the verdict came through, and the juror threw the fist up at him, like, we got you. Like, I think like I said, we needed Black people needed a win real bad at that moment. And Kendall said he was on radio when the chase happened. He was in North Carolina. But Kendall, where were you when the verdict came through? Did you announce that on the air, or were you off, Kendall? I'm interested in that. Like, because like, again, to be able to have to report that live as it's happening with minimal details back then, now everything, you can find out anything in a matter of seconds because of the internet, right? And whether it's true or not is different. But Yeah, the chase was just crazy, man. That said, and then when the verdict happened, you kind of wanted to be back and just see who was going to act a certain way. You learned a lot about people around you when that verdict happened too. So, all right, what did he say? I was on the air. I had to wait all day for it.
They chased for a long time. And y'all, I was in high school. I don't know why I was answering the door. Why wasn't I at school? Yeah.
I just got questions because Trina said that she was in middle school at
Unauthorized
an
mansion.
unauthorized mansion. Like what?
Unauthorized what?
She
It
was. People we were asked where were you at during the chase, and Trina said she was in middle school at an unauthorized mansion party. I just flew through the comments. I read it.
So I was like, we just gonna.
Trina went to a good school,
right? We just gonna gloss through the fact that she said that. Ain't nobody respond. Nobody wanted to say nothing about that in the comments. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Do we want to do? All right. Let's go ahead and do this one because this is interesting too. Where are you, Nick fans at? Finally, the Knicks have brought home a championship. Great TV, by the way. And if you ask Jay Williams what was more exciting, he's going to tell you the UFC fight was way more exciting than the NBA playoffs. But we're not talking about Jay Williams right now. We're talking about the New York Knicks finally winning. And then we all know what comes with winning the championship. It's being invited to the White House and to celebrate. And so the Knicks have accepted the invite to the White House. And I had my initial reaction was like, why the hell are they? Why? But then I sat back and I just watched other people's reactions as far as why it's a good thing they should be going. And I think Whoopi Goldberg gave the best kind of reason why they should go is because right now at a time where, again, black people are taking L's, right? To see a team full of black men walk up in the White House and get recognized, especially when they were, whatever her story she said, I was like, you know what, that kind of makes sense. But, will they even have a moment to even, if they have something to say, get it off their chest? I mean, he might not even be there. So, thoughts on this? Would you go, E?
Fuck no. No, I'm not going. And just for the podcast concerns, we will put the disclaimer out. James Dolan said that they were going, not the Knicks, not the players, right? The James Dolan is the one that said that they were going to, that they accepted the invite. No different from Philly said they accepted the invite, you know what I mean, when they won the Super Bowl, and some people was like, hey, I already got, prior engagements. And I think that's just what you do, right? I don't subscribe, because if that's the case, then there's other teams that, there's been eight teams that have won, I think, the NBA championship, right, since the last time somebody other than the orange guy was in there. So they haven't been there since. Regardless, and the NBA is majority still black or minority, like the other teams would have went as well, and that should have been the message back then. I think that it still shows that it's like, I don't know. I guess the reason why I hear what she's saying, but then I can't stand up there, smile, because the people that are in the audience that are there with the reporters and that dude that's up there is supposed to be like, you're supposed to hand the jersey to. I don't align with anything. So This is a fake smile. I don't think that I can respect it from a distance. I don't have to be here.
Exactly. We've been talking about decisions all night long, and as far as people making decisions that you don't have to agree with it or not, but people have made decisions. Yeah. Did you go, Jen? What'd you think? Would you go?
Listen, I drive a 2010 with a 6-disc CD player. Okay, so if I won a gold medal and keeping my head up, I still wouldn't go to the White House. because I don't believe in what this administration is putting out. So absolutely not.
Right. I agree. I'm like, who is this moment more about when you go to the White House? Like, because right now all tradition has been thrown out the window with anything at the White House. Hell, there was a fight on the lawn last weekend.
We'll get to that.
We're about to get to that. There was a fight on the lawn last weekend. I mean, people just used to hide Easter eggs, and now all kind of stuff happening. Go ahead, E.
Real quick, just to Anissa's point. But Anissa, it's not emotions. It's the commonality that they don't love us and they never
Right.
have loved us and they're not
Right.
going to. So why am I going to show for the ability to be in front of somebody who not only disrespect, right, on paper, whether it's policies, but then disrespects in social media and then doesn't walk it back?
Exactly. It's the constant disrespect.
That's not emotions. That's
The
you letting me
constant disrespect.
that's you letting me know that you don't rock with people that look like me. I don't care where your address is. I'm not coming to your house.
Yeah.
Even the house that my people built. It
Yeah.
ain't worth it. It ain't worth my
Mhm.
sanity. And it's
So
not
you can
emotions.
say,
It ain't emotions though. It's the commonality that I ain't gotta like everybody and everybody ain't gotta like me. So the fact that I know that, I can say over here and we cool.
all right.
We gonna get
So you can say I'm not racist. I had 24 niggas at my house last weekend.
Yeah. No.
You know who they should visit when they're here in DC? Go visit Grant and everybody at the DC Shop Pie and save 10%. WRSC 10, black owned business. Again, Chicago deep dish style pizza made here in the DMV. Shout out to Grant. Shout out to Margaret. Wonderful folks at DC Shop Pie. Look at that. There you go, right there. Just in case you hadn't seen it in a while, you want to order it. Boom. Oh, wait a minute. I think I got a. There you go, right there. There's a save, the save 10%. Boom. This weekend. Any big things happening this weekend? Wrestling, something, whatever you got going on. Or you a DC shop.
Juneteenth party.
Juneteenth. There you go. Perfect. Order a Juneteenth DC shop pie. All right. It's time for the culture.
Welcome to the culture, everybody. I thought about something that Sammy Slated said on the show that inspired me. So I wanted to bring this clip and then let's discuss.
Michelle Obama is a man. Am I right, America?
Some in the crowd could be heard laughing, while others seemed shocked. Rogan did not address the comments, saying only, "Ladies and gentlemen, Josh Hokett." The event was a $60 million made-for-TV spectacle sparked by a suggestion from President Donald Trump and executed by his friend, UFC CEO Dana White.
Okay, so when Sammy was on this month, on the first week of the pod, she said that, back in the day, like if you were dark skinned, you weren't considered attractive. So, and she was talking about how she loves herself and how she feels like, she's beautiful. And I really love that because I just feel like he didn't say that on his own. I feel like this administration put him up to it. And I felt like that was still something that you can drag a woman for, or an African American woman for, especially if they're dark skinned. You could say something about them being masculine or too aggressive, or, you know, you can have a problem like that. I just don't understand why you can have a White House event and can still say something about somebody that hasn't been in the White House in like a decade. Like, what was the point of that? And you can't tell me that somebody didn't tell him or encourage him to say that. And the fact that that's still something that can be used against someone, like, yeah, very disappointed.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. There was a whole UFC combat match on the White House lawn. Like, I don't mean, I'm not surprised. Hell, there's a big ass hole in the White House right now because of a ballroom that this guy wanted to start or build and it hasn't finished. So, like, nothing surprises me anymore. And like the fact you said, it's been 10 years, and like that just goes to show you, like, you know, whether you were a fan of Barack or not, or you like Michelle or not, what they represent, like, no one after that, even Biden, you can't live up to the class of what that family brought to the White House. So it's still sitting there, still lingering. I mean, hell, if you want to call Michelle Obama a man, what are you going to call the current first lady?
Not even around? Are they barely even married?
Is she even there is a question. But I'm like, I mean, I can think of a couple things you can call her if we name calling.
If you go into her background, there's a couple of things we can call her.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, I feel sorry for somebody that would do something like that. I feel sorry for this administration. And yeah, Nisa, I think that's why we get so emotional, because it's just the constant drags, the constant put downs, the constant like, oh, I didn't mean it like that, or y'all are being too sensitive.
No, you said it just how you meant it. There's no beating around, you know, on that.
That's the thing, though. Like, that's why I said it's not emotional. I don't need to sit across from somebody who I know that doesn't respect me because of my color, who has an issue with my color. I don't need to ask you why you don't like me. I don't expect for you to answer the question to the effect that it's still gonna make me understand your side of it, because it's not, right? So you've clearly already stepped out of a person of being of human, right? You're not even a character. You're not even a person that has that. And ultimately, I think it's quite funny, because if I am not, I may be off kilt with this one. Josh, whatever this let's just call him just the lame that was up there. I don't think dude is white though. He's not all the way white. It only just justified that hatred in that sense has always been a thing of, it's cool because the people that do it find people that just don't have a common ground and just are with the crowd just because. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not you care that if somebody walks back a comment, like, at the end of the day, what we've always talked about and what we've asked for ever since the hoods came off was that we now can see who they are, and they're behind the desk. They got the suits on, and ever since the orange man has been in there, he's given them the gumption to be able to say it to your face. So I at least now like to know, because I can know who they are. I see your face. I know who you are. Before, you was behind the keyboards. You was doing all the things where we couldn't tell who you were.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, hey, you know what? At the end of the day, the amount of rent that she lives in these people's heads and the class that she has, like, come on, bro. Like, it was like I couldn't even be mad, right? Because I'm sitting there, I'm just like, yo, the clown that happened in that moment was so much that you made yourself look even more worse, because it almost just highlights the fact that if you really want to talk about it, they ain't got shit without us.
And you did that for the president. But I'm saying, what is going to happen when your endorsements, unless you get endorsements by, you know, MAGA people, real endorsements are going to dry up for you because you did that. But go ahead,
Yeah, I mean,
you got your 15 seconds.
a 15-second line or whatever it did, for that moment. You got a couple of chuckles. Is the recourse is going to be far more, for that. But anyways, he's a clown. I mean, whatever. It was. You think they worried about him? I think it's us more worried about the scenario than they are. So real quick, E, let's go ahead. I know you want to talk about it. Let's talk about why they weren't worried about it. Because what were they doing? They're preparing for the Obama Library to be opened, and all the presidents in there, all the ones that were invited, all the living presidents that were invited. But yeah, I mean, this is dope. I got to visit. All presidents are memorialized with the library in their hometown after their presidency. And I don't know how long it took for them to build this one, but my God, like it's just the pictures alone look amazing. And I can only imagine. I watched her speech or her Michelle's like kind of like induction speech to Barack, had him in tears. Like, but that's again, this is how you represent yourself. Even though they always say when they go high, when they go low, we go high. Sometimes you just want them to break that. But anyways, they killed him with even more class because they weren't even worried about what was happening. But this looks dope. E, what's your thoughts on the library? I got to make it out to Chicago to see it.
Oh, for sure. It's definitely one of those things that I feel like everybody should go to and see and be a part of, or at least some people have already like posted like when they were going through there, like just what they felt. And it was like there's some, kind of museums or libraries that leave you intrigued, some leave you inspired, some leave you. It was all the things that you can think of when you walk through there, because you remember those times that he was in office, that they were in office, not just him, but they were in office, and what the nation felt like. You know what I mean? Like what we felt like. It was, again, you know what I mean? It didn't feel like 10,000 pounds of stress on your chest and on your shoulders. You know what I mean? Even though we knew it
Life
was
was
there
different.
regardless. Yeah.
Life was different.
You know what I mean? And, it's funny though, because I remember just real quick, I was talking to my Dukes about it. And,
You're right.
she's just kind of like one of those things like, oh, but it goes back to what Jen was talking about as far as her family being there, right? There's always, you got to keep the ones that say, we go high when they go low, because we got the cousins, the ones that stay low. You know what I'm saying? We know
Yeah.
who to send over that way. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Oh,
you
God.
know, Ray and little half stepping and all of them over there. You know what I'm saying? Like that's. But again, you kind of get into that aspect of like at the end of the day, it's a celebration. I mean, if you look at that structure, bro, like and the amount of
I was shocked. I hadn't seen the completed design,
bro,
but this right here is
bro,
definitely worth the trip
it
if you can get
is.
in there.
I I just feel
So,
like you got to. You know what I mean? I think you should want to relive that moment, those 8 years, bro. Like live it in a matter of time and walking through that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I cannot wait to go see it. But does that not look like a Happy Meal box to y'all?
It's got an interesting shape to it, but I mean, I don't realize it's as tall as it is too. Right? If you see the aerial shot of it, I mean, this thing is different. But look, he deserves it. Whether you agree with everything he did or said. Again, even if you don't, you're not supposed to agree with everything. I mean, you don't have to. We're not supposed to. But again, I mean, it's about that feeling, right? I would give anything to go back to those moments where we had a good 8 years of just feeling good about whatever. You could have separate politics in those 8 years, and it didn't feel like racism or hatred, right?
And how often have you seen the presidential library open where all of the former presidents that were still alive, like were there taking a picture with them? And it's almost like when you're doing that, you're saying something to the current president.
Oh
The
yeah,
simple fact that he wasn't there.
they don't even talk to him at funerals.
Right.
Yeah, bro.
But
Like that.
I'm looking at the picture. George Bush is standing right next to. He gonna find Michelle Obama no matter
all the
where they
time.
are. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
And the funny part about that, bro, is that that little piece of just of a story that's behind that, and even when he talked about it, it goes back to just the decency that you have is what
Yes.
we're asking for as humans, bro. Like at the end of the day, and listen, I shout out to like when McCain said what he needed to say about Obama when he was doing his campaign run, and all the people that was in the audience was like, oh, he does this and he does that. He's like, no, he's a decent man. We just happen to disagree
Right.
on political views, but he's a family
Exactly.
man. Like,
Right.
leave it at that.
Right, right. Doesn't have to be. Yeah. I just real quick before we move on. I just remember, when everybody, when this Bush was in office, everybody thought it was the worst thing in the world. I mean, if you really knew politics, then maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But then you see them out off the clock,
Mm.
and you see how they really are off the clock, and then you just look at this guy like, damn, like you really know what you had, until now you see like this guy is actually a decent person, and you love him.
Kaleo, I think about this all the time. Never have I felt like they might have had policies that I didn't agree with, but I didn't feel like the Bushes were bad people.
Right.
I rarely felt like former presidents, currently, like in this part of history, were bad people. But yeah, I don't feel like this current administration is run by a good person.
Exactly. Absolutely. Because the things that are done aren't done out of. I mean, everybody has their own agenda. The Bushes were they did the war thing, which is fine, but it felt different, right? It just feels different.
Yeah.
And you see the motives, like I said, now just because everything that's been uncovered in the past, 4 years and now another 2 so far. Yeah, it's just crazy.
The comment section has officially left Earth, and it's just gone somewhere else. We only talk. The three of us are talking to each other right now.
All right, you know what? They do what they do. And now here we go. All right, bro. I'm interested in see what you got for this one.
It's nothing crazy, bro. Like I said, it's coming off of it's coming off of, like I said, what Jen had to say or what she brought up. But at the same time, I just felt like one of the things, and it's for me because I missed it, right? So I missed Mother's Day because I was traveling for work. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I would have done if I was on the show, which was I would have gave a shout out during my Is It Just E to one of the, I consider, Black TV moms, but also just like one of the best, one of just the best Black ladies, woman, everything that she is in the world.
Mm-hmm. Add her
Right.
sister that too, though.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Like the love they have for each other as sisters, right? But the way that Felicia Rashad has always handled herself, and the way that I feel like she was the official first Black TV moms, right? That was like more that I could, because it was around that time, that you felt the way that she like talked to her kids. You know what I'm saying? You felt like that was almost her like giving you, like your lessons. You know what I'm saying? Everybody remembers how she scolded, her kids about, the things and just ultimately, bro, like when I just saw this and it was a conversation that was had, she was on the Breakfast Club and she was making comments, but they were telling her like, for her, like, yo, they don't, sometimes people don't know the impact that they have from a young self all the way up to when they're older.
Yeah.
And they had talked about this picture and they said, you don't realize what this picture did as a young kid or even like a young man, where it was like natural beauty, you know what I mean? Like, and just the way that she's held herself over time. And she made comments like, you hold yourself a certain way, it reflects over the years. And I'm like, you look at her now and like it's the same way. You know what I'm saying? So for me, this is it's late, but it's a shout out to all the Black moms, a shout out to all the mothers. I know Father's Day is coming up. I'll be sure to definitely do my thing 1, 2 next. And we definitely try to talk about like TV dads and stuff like that. I can't remember if we did the TV moms. I think we did, kind of like, Peggy and all that stuff being funny. But this is a for real shout out to, you know what I'm saying, Felicia Rashad and all the Black moms out there for killing it and for doing y'all thing and keeping us where we are and making sure we get home at night for
Look,
sure.
man, I would have loved Claire Huxtable to been a mom. That would have been, I think that was the one. I mean, and maybe Aunt Viv, had a moment.
Which I did.
See, Jen, don't do that. Don't do that,
It's
Jen.
on.
Don't
Wait,
do
y'all.
that,
It's
Jen.
only one.
Don't do that, Jen. Don't do that. We was doing good. We was doing good.
You know what? Mom from Harriet from Family Matters. She didn't know what her daughter was up in that room doing for all them years. So
Oh, crap. That's where we go left.
she back up there doing it again, though.
See, that's where we go. Don't take long. Don't take long.
Don't take long. Don't take long. All right. Yeah, bro. That's okay. That's all right. No CB. Let's do this. Maybe. Hit the button. All right, let me.
Oh, you about to do the.
Take it from me. I know a quality D cup when I see one. I mean, I'm kind of an expert. I've spent years appreciating the right shape, the right feel, the right attention to detail. And these right here, they're flawless. Smooth, durable, designed to be handled. And trust me, you're gonna love having these D cups in your hands. Hot, cold, it doesn't matter. They perform exactly how you need them to, every single time. Whether you're at home, on the go, or showing them off just a little, they always get attention. And once you've got one, you're not letting go. Take it from me. I'm not only a client, I keep D cups with me constantly. D cups by Doreen. Go ahead, hold one.
I haven't let go of my D cup since I got it. Shout out to.
That is absolutely crazy work.
That's poetry, Kalea.
Shout out to Dimitri.
Jen,
Doreen. There's my
don't
custom-
encourage.
I know. I'm sorry.
Look at it. Save 15%. WRC 15. There's the code. There's the widget right above E. Go ahead and scan that QR code. Save 15% right there. Get you a custom D cup. Now look, there is no CB, right? But we can still show sneakers. I can still give you the intro. Let's get to the shoe and tell. All right, so me and my bro were talking about these kind of earlier today. I went through the collection and found them. There it is. Look at that old box right there.
Jeez.
Jordan. And what's this one? Is the Jordan 9. OGs. When he came to the Wizards, he dropped a couple retro pairs. These probably at this point are not wearable. I can feel the stickiness on the bottom. But yeah, these are getting ready to re-release, but in the OG colorway, the black and whites in red. So that's why I pulled these out, because I will be trying to get my hands on those. But yeah, Jordan 9. OG colorway.
Kalea, explain to the non-sneakerheads, what does that mean, the stickiness on the bottom?
So after a while, like if a shoe sits for a while and you haven't worn it, and just eventually, I mean, things start to fall apart, and you can feel like this fabric or whatever it was at one point is starting to gets sticky, which means like the glue is wearing out on it, and or the material fabric has shifted. So if I squeeze right here, it may come apart. But if I definitely wore it, since I haven't worn it in a while, it probably would definitely fall apart eventually. So we're not gonna wear these, but we'll just keep them in the side of the sneaker closet that it was good to have while you had them. You can show folks. But yeah, that's Jordan OG when he was with the Wizards. Nines walked into Champs and got those.
Man, really?
Yep, right there. That's how it was.
I do not have sneakers, but I don't have a D cup, but I would like to show my snarky mug.
Hey,
Yes, that I got on the trip. Snarky made these, and she hand engraved these for us. Yay!
dope. One of these days, I'm gonna make it on a trip and get a snarky gift bag.
Get some snarky swag.
There you go.
So me, I got lucky and I hit on a raffle. You're not gonna be able to. Maybe you can see the box.
The box.
It's got a certain type of graphic on the side on the box. A lot of A's. If you know with a lot of A's, since we all about black people, we got the I'm on my ear Pegasus. Oh, come on, get in there, do the thing. You know
Nice.
what? Again, this just a dope ass shoe. I was telling my bro that this is my first Pegasus, my first Nike Pegasus. The cushion on this thing is absolutely crazy. The details from the I'm on my ear tag on the back to the on the heel. I'm sorry, on the tongue part of the shoe. It's super light. This is definitely a shoe that you can run in, but like for the fashion wise, like you probably just like chill on these. But these are definitely about to get worn on a regular basis. Again, they got the I'm on my ear written on the side of the shoe, the A in the front, and it's mesh. So it's like I said, it's a good light shoe, especially if you already pay like 200 for the Pegasus, you might as well get something that has it. But bro, I don't know if you noticed, like they had the different cushionings for this. It's the Zoom X, the Zoom Zoom X, and it's the Nike React on it too. So it's two different cushions, and then it's got the bubble as well. So it definitely makes for one of the more comfortable shoes that I have. Long live the Cozy Boy certified. I know CB would enjoy these for sure.
Yep. All right, we'll be right back to wrap up. All right, I think that is it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. There we go. It's been a Culture Thursday. Shout out to Jen. Thank you. Yeah.
For Anissa, the sole is kind of like a beige yellow. It's kind of like an off yellowish kind of look, but it's more beige, so it definitely goes good with the white that's on top of the shoe.
Shout out to Gen X TV. Check us out over there at Gen X TV. Shout out to Coach Kim. Shout out to Chauncey. Hopefully we get back on track with Gen X very soon. Shout out to CB wherever he is on the road, getting his Juneteenth started early. Shout out to all of y'all. Happy Juneteenth. Hopefully tomorrow morning, Kim will be Funky Friday, 6 a.m. on the West.
I was going to ask, are y'all doing anything for Juneteenth?
Yep.
There you go. Great answer.
Being as black as I can be.
There you go. You got plans?
Yeah.
She
Well,
got her family in town.
I have my family in town, and
That she don't
yeah,
like.
the main park out here in Houston, they're having a like a Juneteenth celebration. You know, we have big, huge Juneteenth celebrations down here.
Y'all still not flooded? Yeah, the water's in.
You know, we used to that, baby. We'll build an ark real quick, get to where we need to go.
Oh, here you go, Jen. Don't don't give me that art shit.
The ark have Apple Play too, Apple CarPlay.
Somebody be doing the abstract tomorrow. I need to reach out to some folks. See who be doing the abstract. I got somebody doing it. I forgot. I reached out. So there will be an abstract tomorrow. We got somebody in line to do that. But yeah, everybody have a great weekend. Go to Kendall B's website, get some merch. Uncle Danny's All Jazz No Breaks, get some merch. Color Me Bag, get some merch. Listen to some dope music. Me and Cloud and Chris got a project out. See Soul Boy and Tay got a project out. Me and Sean Xavier got a project out. And then I just put some stuff out, a couple weeks ago. So just, go check all that good stuff. Appreciate everybody for being here. All right. Oh, I should have uploaded Dave's diss song.
Oh, dog.
I should
Shout
have.
out. Listen, shout out to Dave on shout out to Dave for that one. That was a good little moment for sure. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check that shit out.
I mean, let me see. Is it ready? Hold on.
Shout out to it.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, it's a little distorted though, unless that's just me. Jen, what you think?
I don't know. I didn't hear enough of it.
Okay, yeah. Well,
I didn't hear.
I was just checking out. We'll You know what? That's how we're gonna end it. All right, y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Can it be Funky Friday? This is how we're gonna end everything. I'm hungry. Yeah, me too. What's for lunch? I don't know. Nah, I don't want to eat that. Yeah, not me either. Nah, I don't want to eat there either. We got some things to talk about. How about this place? Perfect. I'd love to hear. Let's go. Yeah, let's see here. Now this one goes out to all the better men, all the lettermen, all the real comedians that don't need to fight for the relevance, spreading lies off of fictitious evidence. Who must have forgotten that this pen was heaven sent from my neck sack? I swear it's magic. It's a hat trick, another rabbit out the hat shit. I'm David Blaine, did this thing a little, call me King of Pain. No tisket, no tasket, no more beef in the basket. We just eating that famous Dave's. No tisket, no tasket, no more beef in the basket. We just eating that famous Dave's. No tisket, no tasket, no more beef in the basket. We just eating that famous Dave's. No tisket, no tasket, no more beef in the basket. We just eating that famous Dave's. Knock this beat out the park, call me Ortiz. All these politics is starting to bore me. Cut it out, it's a full house, my man is Joey. Can I kick it? Like a Beckham, don't he know I'm a star, man? Perform well under pressure. Who paint a better picture than me? I'm Ross. I got too many friends already. So what's one loss? Just died to be famous. In turn, shall remain nameless. No tisket, no tasket, no more beef in the basket. We just eating that famous Dave's. No tisket, no tasket, no more beef in the basket. We just eating that famous Dave's. No tisket, no tasket, no more beef in the basket. We just eating that famous Dave's. Yeah.
All right, everyone say bye, Dave. Bye, Dave.
I am Eclectic Getty, and I approve this message.